Hi beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel Beautiful Awakening with Shantia. So today we are doing a new pick a card reading. We're going to be looking into what are you being called to create in your life right now. So that was a topic that was chosen by the guides. Essentially, I was co-creating with them and I was collaborating with them just to see like, okay, what can we do this reading on today? And it seems like there's some energy, some creative energy that's wanting to be activated in your life, and I want to know what that is. What are you being called to create in your life right now? And that could be anything, because pretty much anything that we do is an act of creation. So we're going to be getting message about that. If you guys are new to this channel is dedicated to your transformation, your alignment, as well as your healing. Remember to take what resonates, to leave what does not resonate. You're the creator of your reality. You are the CEO. You're the one in the driver's seat. You get to decide how you want to redirect your life. These readings are confirmation. They're also a co-creation. So you can take the messages in these readings and let that inspire you to decide what life you want to create for yourself. They're essentially just resonance, like vibrations that are aligning with what's going on in your life. Okay. So today we're going to be having 4 crystals to choose from, and I'm excited. I'm kind of planning on doing I want this to be like a really quick and like instantaneous reading today. I want it to be really snappy with the messaging, so we'll see how that unfolds. If you haven't already, go ahead and check out my series on my other channel. It's called Worthy, Flirty, and Thriving. This is a series that I dedicate to helping women live in a way that feels the most natural to them. It's a series where I give personal advice based off of my own circumstances. I've also created a series on this channel called Manifest with the Divine. You can check out that series to look into channeling and how I tap into channeling. I have yet to do my last video. My last episode is going to be a live where I demonstrate to you guys how I channel and I talk about the experience as I'm doing it. I'm also just started and created a new series called Wake Up Call. I don't know if I'm going to put the in front of it yet, the wake up call, or just wake up call. But this is essentially talking about the awakening process. So I went through my awakening process, I felt called to my awakening about 9 years ago, and I'm essentially going through another awakening right now. So I wanted to talk about it as I'm always fascinated as I'm going through. I'm like a scientist, so I'm always like, oh my gosh, I'm going through awakening. I want to like pull up my notebook and just kind of see what's going on. And as we all know, when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to a lot of things in life, it can seem like really, like life is magical. It really is, but magic itself is you. You know, so I want to make spirituality accessible for people. I don't want you to feel like this is a thing where it's us and them. Like, this is you too. Like, you get to be magic too. You get to tap into this too. I want you guys to take from these readings and then go create magic in your life out there in the world. Okay. Now, I think that's it. That's all the announcements. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate the positive comments and the growth. And I have to check my comment section. But yeah, I have like 3 YouTube channels, so I have 3 YouTube channels, and I usually I'm on the one where it's like my first YouTube channel that I ever had. So that's usually the one I'm on. I don't usually go on my other ones unless just to put out content, and I'm usually like busting out a lot of stuff because I feel so inspired. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the point where you get to pick and choose your crystal. Hi beautiful souls, welcome to the point where you get to pick and choose your crystal. Let me go ahead and introduce the crystals to you. So we have group number 1 with the Aura Quartz crystal. We have group number 2 with the Amethyst. We have group number 3 with the Green Adventurine. And we have group number 4 with the Pink Agate. So please take your time and pause the video if you need to. Meditate on the crystal or the crystals that best resonate with you. Inhale and exhale deeply. Okay. Here is your singing bowl. Okay, group number 1, if you chose the Aura Quartz, we're going to go ahead and start with you. Hey, group number one, if you chose this tiny little aura quartz, then this is going to be for you. Okay, so as usual, I pull energies, I'll read your crystal, and then we'll pull some cards. So today we're looking into what are you being called to create in your life right now? And we might get multiple messages. Obviously, we're not just one note. We're fluid creative beings, so you might be called to create many different things. And yeah, we just want to see where is your energy feeling called towards right now. Guides, dial me into the energies of group number one, please. Well, the first thing that came through was, I was seeing like a face. It actually looked like a kind of unhappy face. So I think the thing you're being called to create is like focus on what makes you happy. That's important. They really want to make whatever turns that frown upside down is what I'm hearing. Whatever turns the frown upside down, that's what you're being called to create. So this is going to be very much, I wasn't really expecting direct messages exactly for this reading because creativity in itself, it can be very abstract. So for you, you're just being called to create whatever feels, what resonates with you, whatever you feel inspires you, whatever excites you. And this is so important. I feel like creativity is one of my tools for what helps me to align myself and what helps me to level out my energy because, often I'm like, okay, we sit, we meditate. That's one way that we deal with our emotions and stuff. But creativity in itself is very, very healing. It's a very rejuvenating experience. So I think for you, for sure, creativity is very important in terms of what you're being called to do right now. Yeah, I feel like there's like a powerful creative life force that's wanting to be worked like within you, that's wanting to be activated right now. I'm kind of seeing, I don't know, I'm seeing kind of like a lot of energy. And it's like, I just want to express myself is what I'm hearing. So whatever makes you feel like you can freely express yourself, that's what you're being called to do. It definitely took me to this like inner childlike energy where, the kids just do whatever. They just do whatever feels free and whatever feels exciting for them. So that's what you're being called to do. Is like whatever makes you feel that way, feels exciting, makes you almost like, it helps your petals to open up. It helps you to feel more expressive, helps you to feel more confident in yourself. And I'm getting it's something that you're already interested in or you've already tapped into doing, whether it's something you used to do in your childhood and it's being called to be reactivated now, but something you're already kind of good at, actually. That's what you're being called to reactivate right now. It's something that you don't really feel self-conscious doing is what I'm hearing. So whatever you don't feel self-conscious doing, that's what you're being called to do right now. You're being called to create. Okay, so you got the aura quartz, really beautiful crystal. I was actually looking at this crystal today. I'm like, am I going to choose it? And lo and behold, it got picked. So the energy for this crystal is quite light. It's quite playful, magical. It's about aura quartz. So aura quartz, you think about aura. Your aura is your energy. It's your vibe. It's your orb. It's like what's emanating from you. So I think you're definitely being called to like shine or radiate your energy. That's what you're being called to create, whatever makes you shine or radiate. It could be something as simple as like when you're surrounded by your family, you feel like you're illuminated. When you're dancing, you feel like you're glowing from the inside out. It's whatever makes you glow. That's what you're being called to create more of in your life. But yeah, I get a lot of inner child energy or almost like little girl energy. So to me, feminine energy, little girl energy is representative of like fluidity, playfulness, fantasy, playing your fantasy, bring your fantasy to reality. That's what I'm getting. Make your fantasy a reality. This is like, it just keeps taking me to like toys I used to play when I was a little girl. And me thinking like, I would fantasize like, oh my gosh, what if I got to live in a castle too? Or I got to be a princess too. You're actually being called to like activate that inner child magic, very much so. It's like magic can be reality if we understood that it's just a matter of shifting our perception to knowing it's just, it gets to be that. Yeah, I'm being called actually for you because I'm being taken to Mina, who's the Universe Guru. Check her out. She's on YouTube. She's called the Universe Guru. But she did this beautiful thing where she essentially has manifested her dream home. And before she had a lot of limiting beliefs about manifesting it, even though she had the money to do it, because she was just like, oh no, it's too much work, living in a big house and whatnot. But she manifested it and she's very happy because she's like, I've always wanted this. So I'm being told for you, you need to give yourself permission to just want what you want whatever you desire, want whatever is fun for you, and like understand that part of it requires a lot of play. You know, part of us manifesting our dreams is just, it's a playful energy. And so when we're so serious, that energy gets so stuck, but it's in you. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some cards for you and see what you're being called to create in your life right now. I feel like for you, it's going to be a lot about, I don't know, like, whatever is your dream to reality, like relationships, home, building, I don't know, we'll see. So let's clarify that Knight of Pentacles. Okay, we have here Tower card. It is reversed. So you got the Knight of Pentacles and you got the Tower card. Ooh. Wow, so that is quite a shift in dynamic. That's so interesting because the Knight of Pentacles is slow-moving energy and the Tower card is anything but. It's like, it's kind of like sudden. It's like a sudden change, a sudden something, a suddenly coming upon prosperity, suddenly. Okay, so the Tower card, that's Pluto energy, that's shift, that's change, it's a little bit dramatic, and we have the Knight of Pentacles, which is anything but. So whatever you're being called to create, it's going to seem like a 180, but it's not. It's exactly what you want, and it's going to come in a way that feels very safe for you. So this feels kind of like a manifestation. Let me see. I mean, the Knight of Pentacles is about being patient, taking the time. The energy is that's such an interesting combination. It's so funny because we were talking about like the castle, and then we got the castle here. But I feel like, yeah, it's like we're needing to shift our reality to understand that we can build or we can create this thing. Or it doesn't have to be as slow of a process as we think it needs to be. You know, that's a reinforced mentality created within ourselves. Okay, let's just go ahead and get more clues instead of like playing the guessing game. It feels nice. I don't know, whatever this is, it feels nice. Like the Tower isn't panicky. It feels like unexpected, I guess, kind of. But it feels good. It feels sturdy. It feels like exactly what you want. Okay, and tell us more, guides. Wait, oh my gosh, you got the Death card. What is going on? We have an Ace of Swords. So it's like a new idea, new inspiration. Okay. The thing that you're most definitely being called to create is, it is a shift in perception. We were already talking about that. Shift your dynamics, shift your perception. And yeah, it's like change. This is a little dramatic. I want to get some more clues about what you're being called to create in your life right now. I heard spark of the imagination. So this has a lot to do with your imagination and what is being created in that space. Tell us more, guides. We have here water. Wow. Yeah, that's the creative energy if there isn't any. If there wasn't any, that's the one. Water, that's what you want. So we have Scorpio, we have Pluto, a lot of water, imagination, fluidity. We have Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. So a lot of Scorpio. This is a change. So Scorpio is about a rebirth. Like a reinvention. Reinvent yourself. Wow, you're being called to like, sort of do a reinvention. Clarify that water, please. Oops. And boy, did they clarify. Look, we got Pisces. Wow. Okay. Yeah, this is your imagination. You're being called to activate your imagination right now. It's like whatever is in your imagination. I'm hearing your wildest dreams. Like that's what you need to be focusing on right now. It might be something, it could be something like it manifests, it takes time to manifest or whatever. That's not really what I'm hearing. It's more like the way that it unfolds, it's going to feel very reliable or sturdy or steady. Yeah, the energy. But it might be a little bit dramatic. I'm all over the place. I feel like the vision that kind of came through in the beginning was hit the nail on the head right there. It's like it has a lot to do with your imagination. You're being called to get into your dream world, use your imagination to kind of activate that and make it a reality and understand that it can become a reality. So to me with the Knight of Pentacles, this is about focusing on the first steps or sometimes we get discouraged We get discouraged because we're not seeing evidence of what we're wanting to manifest. And they're saying that the evidence is already around you on what you're wanting to manifest. They want you to focus on that, and they want you to augment it. That's what I'm getting. It's like focus on that little thing that you've already manifested into reality and augment it. You need to be throwing affirmations, or essentially kind of like what Abraham Hicks does. She does like these like rampage manifestation energies where it's just like, oh my gosh, how amazing is it that I got this? How amazing is it that the person at that right moment showed up at the perfect time to give me that croissant that I was wanting for weeks, and then it just shows up. It's like focusing on the littlest of things. It's going to help you expand and almost essentially manifest what's in your imagination here. It's like you can manifest anything that's in your imagination if you focus on that. Like you pinpoint, like a child, like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I got a banana. Did you see that? If you've ever seen that video of that girl who unwrapped a banana and she was so happy, it's like focusing on the littlest things, it's going to manifest the biggest things for you. So yeah, whatever makes you happy. Okay, that kind of slipped out. That's career. I'll keep that. Let's do another one. We have freedom. Wow. Woohoo. Okay. I got you. You want freedom? So career might be something where you're manifesting, you're wanting your dream career. You're being called to like put in the work to do this. Yeah. I mean, freedom is so interesting because I feel like this death card, these releases, these huge releases really help us to tap into a higher sense of freedom as if you're able to do this. And to me, Pisces and water, this is freedom, because I would say Pisces is the ocean. It's like, it's everywhere, it's all encompassing, and it contains everything. It contains all of the zodiac signs in it. So you might want to see where Pisces is in your chart and see maybe that's where creativity is wanting to be activated for you. But in general, this is dramatic. Oh my goodness. It's funny because I was like, oh no, like what are you going to be called to create? Maybe you're being called to go dance or take dance lessons right now. You're being called to like reinvent yourself, like whole new life. And it's like the dream life. It's they want you to dream. And they're saying like now is the time. With the Knight of Pentacles, it's like it's going to become a tangible reality. And you will plant the seeds and you'll start to see more of them show up in time. You know, you just need to be open to this. So yeah, we have the Exorcist, freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. So your main thing is your perception. So I feel like because they're focusing so much on shifting your perception with this Ace of Swords, and the Tower card, I would say, is the shift of perception. It has to do with because there was like a blockage before that was kind of like stopping or limiting things from coming through with ease, because you're a very imaginative, creative person. You know, with this water Pisces showing up, you're a very imaginative, creative person, and I feel like you're very tapped into this. But the thing that you're needing to work on is your perception of yourself, or what you feel like is allowed to happen in your life. But if you could think about when you were a little girl and you felt like the world was your oyster, or you were a little boy and you thought about how the world was your oyster and you could do anything, you can create anything. It's like that little toy, even though it's just a toy, you were playing with it, that toy can become a reality for you. It's like, see life as such, and maybe even create a vision board for yourself and be like, wow, I can't wait to get that car. I don't know, whatever inspires you to feel creative. But I feel like you like to get lost in your creativity, and you have big dreams, big goals that you're wanting to manifest for yourself. But it's just about alleviating yourself of these destructive impulses, right? It says here, shadow attribute, fear of facing your own demons. To me, that's definitely inner work. It's a little bit of childhood trauma coming up. I mean, with freedom, I feel like there is a bit of like childhood trauma that we're wanting to be released. But the way that you're going to release yourself is by creating the experience and just doing it. Okay, let's see what else. We have here courtship. So there may be connections that you're also calling into your life as well with that courtship. It could be connections, could be collaboration. What am I getting from this? Again, I mean, it just, you know, I kind of said it before. I was like, this could be coming in the form of connections. This could be coming in the form of your dream home. This could be coming in the form of your dream career. But Look, they have it all over the place. To me, the fact that they put water in Pisces, this is like whatever your dream life that you want to do. They want you to tap into this place of like, I can have it all. I can create it all. I can have it all. That should be your mantra every day. I can have it all. I can create it all. Because I'm the creator of my reality, and I'm going to co-create the universe, so that this is going to be very effortless process for me. I can create, even if you are in a connection currently, I can create a deeply loving connection with my partner who's just here and supportive. So I feel like what you are manifesting, if you're not in a partnership, you're manifesting someone who is the dream partner. It's like someone who is absolutely 1000% behind whatever your ideas, your dream life is. It's like, hey, you want a big house, you can get the big house. I love that. You want a big house. That's what you're manifesting into your life. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull more cards. Look at that. Milk and honey. Guys, come on. That's my Pisces. That's my Pisces card. Milk and honey. That's like the fantasy. I'm hearing Mariah Carey, Sweet Fantasy. Yeah, it's like whatever is your sweet fantasy is what you get to manifest in your life. Milk and honey, 15. Dream big. There's no limits. You know, the only limits that we create are the limits that we put on ourselves. Other than that, it's just like all made up. So let's just see kind of what else, additional advice. You guys have any additional advice you guys have for this group, for group number 1, please? We have here 10 of Pentacles. Okay, clarify the 10 of Pentacles for me. Oof. Okay, that almost wanted to come out. Knight of Cups with the 10 of Cups. Wow. That might have, I think that wanted to come out. Okay, let me just shuffle it, and then I'll just see what wants to come out. It doesn't matter. Even if the 10 of Cups doesn't come out, it's obvious that they're saying that they want you to dream big. So we have here the 10 of Pentacles. It's like, now's the time. No, don't wait. Like, now's the time to create your reality. So definitely you're being called. Don't be too passive, okay? The passivity is in the resting space of like, maybe you need to rest, you need to like sleep or recharge, or you need to get inspired again. But they definitely want you to move. Most definitely, like from inspired action. And I would say like be consistent with that Knight of Pentacles. It's just be consistent. If you're putting in the daily work, appreciate every little bit of daily work that you're putting into what you're manifesting. Clarify that 10 of Pentacles, please. Look at that, the World card. Wow. Okay. Group number 1, we're about to end your reading because you guys, I feel like it's like the mic drop card. 10 of Pentacles next to the World card. It's like you can have it all. So what you're being created is like, put energy into all areas of life, like relationships, your career, you're taking care of your body. It's like you're calling in, and what you're asking for is like, I want to align with my dream life here. I want to change. I want to reinvent. I want to be rebirthed into my true self who believes I can have everything that I want. So just all areas. You need to be living your life every day like, whew, you know, I can have it. I can dream it. It's mine. Oh, I just dropped my cards. Okay, we will pick those up. Okay, so let me just give you some final messages here, and we'll end the reading. We'll just, yeah, alignment message. Sorry, organizing my cards. Alignment message for my group number 1. Aries, Jupiter, 11th house. 11th house is a house of pleasures and like gifts, pleasures and like manifestations. It's like where you get to acquire all of the like pleasures in life. So Jupiter is a planet of blessing of Aries, which is like what you want. So the universe, the big question to you for this pile, you are being asked to get clear about what you want. What do you want? You got to have what you want. That's what you're being called to create in your life. It's like whatever you want is what you get to have. This idea that we don't get to have what we want, like who made that up? And how does that make any sense? If we're creators of our reality, how does it make sense for us to not have what we want? Right? So don't settle. Energetically align yourself to understand that you can have what you want. Okay. So any messages that you want to deliver to group number 1, guys? We'll just take that one. It says here, arrow, you're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. yeah, just so keep moving. To me, that Knight of Pentacles is just encouragement. I feel like you're already activating these energies in your life. Just keep moving forward. We have here for your alignment messages. I'm totally conscious and aware of my beliefs about food and the reasons I eat. I create my own beauty. I take care of my body outside and in. I feel and look my best. So it's so important for you to be aligned with your body, to consciously consume. We also have here, I will be productive and energetic today. So wake up every day, feel productive, feel energetic, feel inspired to create. And we have here last, my thoughts are positive and optimistic today. So that's your manifestation tool. It's your thoughts. It's your thoughts. Let me see. I feel like I honestly didn't really pull enough cards, I think, for what is coming. What is this death card supposed to be representative of, guys? Give me some more information about the death card. 10 of Cups. Guys, look at that. It came out. It came out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's like the dream life. Whatever the fantasy is, you get to have it. And it's entering into your life right now. Okay? It's entering into your life right now. It's gonna, like, if you don't see the evidence of it, it's going to start showing. Look for evidence of it. Look for evidence of it. That is your daily chore. Look for daily evidence that your dreams are becoming a reality. Because for this group, the guides are definitely saying you're blessed, okay? And it's time for you to see that and acknowledge it. Okay, that's going to be the end of your reading, group number 1. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I definitely did. Let me know if it resonated. If you'd like to work with me personally, all my information is down below. Like, subscribe to support the channel if you haven't subscribed. And I'll see you guys for another future video. Have a beautiful day or evening. Bye. Hey, group number 2, if you chose the Amethyst, and this is going to be your reading. So I'm going to start off with pulling energies, and then I'll read your crystal, and then we'll pull cards. So today we're looking into what are you being called to create in your life right now? Okay. So this is kind of a companion reading to what's being birthed new, essentially. I kind of realized that as it was chosen, but the energies for creativity are being activated right now. And I want to see if I can give you some direction for how you can go about creating this and co-creating it with the universe, this thing that wants to be beautifully birthed into your life and creativity. Okay. Guides, align me with the energies of group number 2, please. Help me to give them a beautiful reading about what they're being called to create in their life right now. Okay, so the first thing that's coming through is real. Yeah, it's definitely this feeling of something that felt like a dream, or, you know, something that you've been fantasizing. It felt like a creature coming alive, like, or a like a drawing coming to life. So it felt like the drawing was coming to life out of the image. So instead of it being 2D, it became 3D. So I think something is going to become more real for you. Like, just real. That's the first message that's coming through. The other thing that's coming, that you're being called to create in your life, it's aligning yourself with your power, is what I'm getting. It's like your power or your magic, or knowing that you're magic, or confidence. It felt very much like elder energy, like kind of like Scorpio. It felt very confident. It felt very sturdy, sure, intuitive. So I think you're getting into this space where you're feeling intuitive and confident with yourself, with what you can do, what you're here to do, your life purpose. But it almost felt like there was no need to have a purpose too. It's like the purpose doesn't make you, give you a reason to want to be here. It's like you're realizing you're meant to be here. It's like, I'm meant to be alive. It felt very confident, like, I'm meant to be alive, I'm meant to be here. I think you're learning how to own more of this energy. I'm just meant to be here. I'm alive, so obviously I'm meant to be here. So let me be of use to myself and other people. It kind of felt a little service oriented. But it felt like because you're realizing your deep inner essence and your inner beauty, you're emanating this, and people are it felt very much elder energy, very much leader energy, or spiritual teacher energy is kind of what I'm getting for this group. I'm seeing like a older woman, mature, she felt very spiritual and just comfortable in her body, comfortable in herself. So I think that's what you're being asked to create, is just getting a lot more comfortable in your body, getting more comfortable in your roles, or your multitude of fluid identities, and your limitlessness as well, but a lot of maturing is what I'm getting. It's like owning up to this. It's like because you're owning up to who you really are, that's what's creating the maturity. It's not like, it doesn't feel like, oh, I need to mature, let me get rid of these bad habits. It feels more like, let me be more my authentic self. And because I'm being more my authentic self and I'm trusting myself, people are trusting me and they're looking up to me as well. Respect is what I'm getting. It's like respect, honor, integrity. Okay, so you got the amethyst, beautiful crystal to get. Okay, so I heard taking up space. Taking up space, you're getting comfortable with taking up space. You're being asked to take up space. Be on a, like so unapologetic, so shameless. I don't even know what's the word is. It's just like own it. Like own that you're supposed to take up space. Yeah, you take up a lot of space. Yes, you're influential. Yes, you're powerful. It's like, yeah, duh. I almost want to just be like, yeah, that's just you. That's what you were always meant to be and how you're always meant to be in this world. You're always meant to be powerful. So I think you're just coming to a place where you're like, oh, okay, yes, I am powerful. This isn't like humble. This isn't the time to be humble for you. Humility is good, but it's like you don't have to worry about that. I think you're naturally someone who people sense like you have the right, you're sincere. So it's like if you take up space, maybe part of you used to believe like if I take up more space, then people are going to be judgmental of me, or they're going to be like, who are you to take up more space? But Marianne Williams always says this, who are you not to? Who are you not to? Take up space. And because you're being able, you know how to take up space, you're also going to learn how to hold space for yourself and others as well. And yes, oneness is what I'm getting for this group. A lot of oneness. Okay. Yeah, I think your intuition is just becoming very solid, which is funny because intuition is very fluid, but it's like you're just trusting it. You're trusting how it works. You're trusting your existence. You're trusting how it flows through your body, how energy flows through your body. This is what you're being asked to create. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some cards. Guides, what is group 2 being asked to create in their life right now? Excuse me. I'm taking it. Hierophant. Did you see that? It flipped around. Oop. Clarify the Hierophant, please. So, you know what? I want to share this with you guys. Okay, let me clarify the Hierophant first. Clarify the Hierophant, please. Thank you. So, you know what's funny? I stopped using these cards. I like using these cards. These are like the training cards for tarot. And, you know, I've been looking at tarot cards for like about 2 to 3 years off and on. And sometimes I look at them and I'm like, am I understanding what it's telling me? But I realize I don't need the training. It's about intuition. That's all it is. It's how does these energies make me feel? And I'm like, I'm intuitive already. I'm like, I don't have to learn how to read the definitions of the cards unless I really want to, unless I want to do the historical research behind it. But I just realized, like, hello, I can literally close my eyes and get a message. Why on earth would I not trust myself to read cards? So I feel like this is what you're stepping into, is like trusting yourself. You're being called to create with the Seven of Pentacles. Trust yourself. But yes, leadership is here. It's because we have Pentacles. This is something that is a tangible reality. It's going to become more real. We are talking about that. So you stepping into leadership, however this unfolds for you, you know, whether you're a teacher here online, social media, in person, to the people around you, you're a part of some support group, you're building something, you're writing books, you're creating some kind of content, some kind of something beautiful, and you're putting it out in the world that helps people to align with their spirituality. This is becoming a reality, and this is what they want you to put in the work to create right now. So we got Seven of Pentacles. The last group got Knight of Pentacles. So it's like you're definitely being asked to own and step into more space, but of course, you know, it takes time and daily practice to create this experience. It's not just something you wake up to. You know, you have to put in the daily work to build yourself up into this status here. But with the Seven of Pentacles, what this indicates is that you're planting seeds, and eventually they're going to sprout, and you're going to be able to reap the rewards of your success. Okay, tell us more about what this group is being called to create, guys. We got here Six of Wands. And clarify the Six of Wands, please. And we have here Ace of Swords. Yeah. So you have insight, you have ideas, you may be psychic, intuitive, that wants to be shared. To me, with the Six of Wands, it's like you have this desire to share it with people, to be in front of people, to be seen, to take up space. Now's the time for you to do this. Shift your perception with the Ace of Swords. Shift your perception about yourself, and understand that at our core, we're deeply satisfied beings. We're confident, and we're happy, and we're just very unbothered. So I was getting a lot of unbothered energy from the vision. I think you're stepping into a place of just feeling unbothered, and understanding that, yeah, of course I'm because I felt called to it, and because I own up to it, and I do the work. Of course, I get to be in this place of leadership, because part of it is putting in the work, right? Yes, you have to. Yes, you're deserving of it, but being comfortable with being a teacher takes practice, just like anything else in this world. It takes practice to build a skill. So anything else you want to tell us about what this group is being called to create? Any advice? Let's see what advice wants to come through. We have here Eight of Swords. Tell us more. And we have here the Eight of Wands. I think that wanted to be reversed. Okay. So yeah, there might be this feeling of I feel trapped mentally. There's a perception you have of yourself that isn't clear, right? She's blindfolded, but you're not trapped. Maybe you have this idea that I can't create this reality because I don't see it. I don't see how. But with the Ace of Swords here, it's like whatever the idea that comes through that makes you feel inspired, make it a reality. So a lot of us, it's so interesting. I think a lot of us just get really conflicted about how does a dream become reality? How does a dream become a reality? It just becomes reality from you taking some kind of action. Some kind of action. That is what you're being called to do, but it's your perception that we're needing to work through here. That's kind of hindering the confidence, because we have here the Eight of Swords next to the Eight of Wands reversed. So this is about slowing down those thoughts. Slowing down those thoughts. I honestly, I work really well with a stern voice. Not like a mean voice, it's like a stern, loving voice. So it's like an inner father voice, I guess. That's the one that snaps me back to attention when I'm feeling sorry for myself. I listen to that voice. And I'm like, okay, why am I crying? Like, why am I feeling sorry for myself? Literally, I'm so blessed. My life is so beautiful. Like, why? So I think using that voice, or finding that inner voice, that inner sternness that says that you are the ish, is what's going to help you to reestablish for yourself that confidence, the inner confidence. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull some more cards for you about what you're being called to create. So I'm going to put these cards here. Okay, that kind of wanted to come out. We have here Flow, Rhea. Talk about fluidity. There it is. And I'll pull one more. We have here New Beginnings. Beautiful. That's Yostre, 13. So you got new beginnings. You're being called to create a new beginning. A new beginning when it comes to, in general, your life. And just, what's the new beginning being created? I feel like it's just a new chapter. You're entering a new chapter where you... Again, you get to step into a place of leadership. It's like your version of yourself that you've always wanted gets to be born right here with this Ace of Swords and this Six of Wands. Like, you get to birth this new version of yourself, created in your inner self, right? Your inner reality first before it becomes a manifested experience with that Seven of Pentacles. So again, I talked about the fluidity. We have Rhea Flow, 43. So this is about being in tune, right? So you're getting downloads or insight. This is why why is someone called to be a spiritual teacher? Like, why would, it's because you're in love with the experience of it. You know, you love it so much. The universe is like, we love that you love this so much. We're going to give you the insight. It's not like, oh, you're the chosen one. Your heart chose it. Your heart chose it because it helps you to come alive. So because it helps you to come alive, just listen to that flow. And I think sometimes people get overwhelmed by like, who am I to? I'm like, do you feel inspired? Are you interested? Is this what you feel called to do? Well, then that's your thing. That's your thing. Don't start creating limiting beliefs around what you think you're supposed to be doing here. So yeah, you're tapping into a space of like just being so in tune, listening to the divine downloads, being in tune with your body, being in flow with life. No need to force anything. We have here stellar gateway activation, infinite potential manifestation vortex. Bam. So yeah, this is what you're being called to create. It's like infinite potential. The sky's the limit. You're co-creating with the universe. Manifestation vortex. It's like, now's the time to manifest. What do we want? What do we want? Make the list, check it twice. Now's the time for it to become the reality that we so desire for it to be. You're powerful. Stellar activation gateway. You're activating your ability to manifest. And I feel like this is something that's been like a limiting belief before. It's like, can I actually manifest a dream? Can I actually manifest what I want? Or do I have to just settle into experiences that make me somewhat happy, but not really fulfilled, right? You're asking for fulfillment. And the way that we call in fulfillment is we say, universe, work through me. And that's what you're calling in. Work through me, help me to co-create it. Look at that, serendipity, 18. So you're going to find yourself just kind of manifesting. Things are going to be aligning for you. Right place at the right time. Situations that feel like luck, blessings. This is your energy. This is just like what you're tapping into and bringing in for yourself. Is you're reaching this peak or this place of going with the flow, but this is what you're being asked to create as well. So I feel like, what does it mean to be in resonance or on the frequency of serendipity? What does that look like or feel like? To me, being in flow with serendipity means that we're not trying to force things, right? It's a very relaxed energy. It's like, oh, I just happen to be in the right place at the right moment. So I think relaxing your state of being, relaxing your energy is going to help you a ton. Not feeling rushed or not feeling anxious. So anything that helps you to alleviate your anxiety, what's going to help to allow these energies to flow in with ease. Meditation is huge for you. Meditation is huge. Okay, so tell me more, guides. We have here imprisonment. So that's the Eight of Swords with the Eight of Wands here. It's like those limiting beliefs. It's like feeling like you can't go, that you're trapped, but you're a spiritual being, and the spiritual essence of yourself can go anywhere and do anything. And in fact, there's multiple versions of yourself that exist in different realities. It's already done exactly what you've wanted to do. Just tap into that essence. Do some automatic writing with it. You can ask for guidance from your future self if you need to see, you know, what is it I need to do to activate these energies in my life. Okay, so let's see advice for this group, guides. We have here the gift of knowing, third eye chakra. Yeah, very intuitive, spiritual leader energy. So your advice is to tap into your third eye energy and to essentially train it, to train your sense of like intuition and your sense of knowing. And essentially, I mean, the way that you can test it is you can just play. I don't know, you can use divination tools. Okay, so it cut out. I mean, well, it didn't cut out, but my battery died. So let me just go ahead and read the gift of knowing for you guys. Number 23. Number 23, the gift of knowing is, where there's love, there is no question about what you should do next. And it says under here, the gift of knowing, know your right action. The essence of your unique true self is love. You should never feel the desire to split your personality. It's so funny. Didn't I specifically say fluid? You're a fluid creative being, so that you fit into somebody else's idea of who you should be. Now's the time for you to focus on becoming completely integrated. All your talents merge into one expression, there it is, of self-realization. Self-knowing enables you to continuously give to others through alignment to your unique rhythmic intelligence. Believing that it is appropriate to please others is a conditioned response. Okay. Yeah. So that's the trapped energy. It's like the childhood trauma. It's pleasing other people that we're needing to release. This is about being your true, most deepest, authentic self. As your perspective starts to widen, victimhood disappears and an interest in imaginative solutions appears. To know is to be mentally futuristic, to be able to weather the trials of life, read the situations your life and you face, and act in a way that is self-protective, empowered, and kind. There you go. Very beautiful message right there. Let's go ahead and just pull a little bit of advice for you, and we'll see how we can further get you into alignment for creating this reality into life where you just go with the flow and we're not so attached to maybe outcomes or how things should be, or maybe how we thought. You know what? What's hitting me? I think the reason sometimes when we feel like we need a certain outcome in order for us to feel comfortable, or we need to control a situation, right? With this, there's a little bit of control that we're needing to work through with this Eight of Swords. The reason why we were taught control is because we were taught that reality. Someone told us that, well, when you go to a 9 to 5 and you make enough money and you get a 401k, that's just the way you're supposed to live, right? That's just what you do. And I think what you're calling is a lot of freedom. And freedom of expression, freedom within yourself. And that's not something that you are taught. This is something that you're having to essentially teach yourself and be a child of divine with. You know, I always call myself a child of divine because the universe educates me on how to be. You know, the universe educates me. So that's why I tapped into my intuition even further and opened my third eye, not intentionally, it was not by accident, because I just wanted freedom to myself. And I feel like this is what you're calling for in your life. It's like, I want freedom. I want to feel like a free, creative, fluid being in this world. And I want to create this new chapter in my life where I'm doing what I love and I'm living the life that I love and I feel confident to do it. So I think the part of those voices in your head, the ones that are telling you aren't good enough, are the ones that are not of love, first of all. If we think about our parents, they have higher selves, and their higher selves are unconditionally loving and love you and care for you. But the version of themselves where the words come out that are very limiting and, you know, educate us on how to create these limiting beliefs, those words are from a limited self, and it's from the ego, and it's very fear-based, very fear-based. So that fear is what we were taught, and you're needing to relearn. You're being called to reassess, like, this fear, this attachment to fear, and realizing that there are certain attachments you have that you thought felt good. Like, okay, maybe I need to work, or I have to work really hard to make money. For example, that's an exact ideology that people attach themselves to, is you're realizing, perhaps I attached myself to an ideology that at first felt good, but now it doesn't feel good anymore. It feels very limiting. And I'm realizing that it's not helping me, it's blocking me. Okay, advice for this group. Advice. Ask for your needs to be met. God and the angels can come to your aid only if you make a free will choice to be helped. And it begins with asking. It doesn't matter how you ask God for help, but only that you do so. The same holds true with clearly asking other people to assist you. Yeah. So ask for help. You're not alone. There are light beings all around you. And honestly, all you need is that one who's going to help you to educate you on how life really works and how it can be fluid. You know, we go to these readings because they're a way for us to access. Tarot readers are essentially messengers. So we help to communicate the message that needs to come to you. And my goal on this channel is to help you get the highest knowledge. The highest knowledge. So I'm not going to tell you that you're not free. And I'm not going to tell you lies like that you're not free, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. I'm not going to tell you that's a lie. You can absolutely do anything that you perceive that you can do. Right? It's like anything that you say you can is what you can. When you can't, is what you can't. I'm not going to lie to you and say that there are limits. There aren't. Okay, so let's see the final piece of advice we have here. Commander Astar, call to action, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. So this group, you're natural leaders, or you're being called to be and step into a place of leadership at this point in time in your life right now. This is what you're being called to create. You're made for this. So just trust it and continue to work and co-create with the universe. Like, how do I step into this place of leadership? Guys, last card. What do you want this group to know? Well, this won't be the last one. Oh, you guys did not. Oh, is that the card that I think is behind it? No, it's different. Okay. Okay. We got Mystic. Revels in intimate union with the divine. So you're a mystic. You're a mystic. If you didn't know this, you are. You're a mystic. You're magic. Revels in intimate union with the divine. Again, what was I talking about? It's that relationship you had with God, with the divine. Invest in that. That relationship is everything, and it's going to help you with everything in life. We have your Gambler. Willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Yeah. So that's like a reoccurring theme. It's like what other people's opinions are. Even with the Six of Wands, right? It's like doing the thing that's popular, but it's the right people are going to find you. The right people are going to appreciate you. In fact, they're going to appreciate you more because you're being your full authentic self. So follow your intuition and go the path that aligns you with your truth. Follow your intuition. Just keep going. This guy's blindfolded. She's blindfolded. It's like, just trust it. Third eye knowing. You have a strong intuition. You do. And you just need to continue to let it show you the way. It knows. Enjoy it. Milk in it. And I love how we have the purple with the stars. It's like, look to the stars. Look to the stars. You're a child of the divine. I just realized this kid is covered in cards. Playing cards. It's like the diamond, the clubs. What does that mean? Divination? Maybe you're a tarot reader? I don't know. Okay. Let's see. What do you want this group to know, guys? Oop, that's a lot. Let's try another one. What do you want this group to know? Strong emotion, passionate love, or hate? You're a passionate person, or you have a passion within you that's wanting to be reawakened. Is that your driving force? Perhaps. I'm going to pull a clarifier for that one. The passion. The fire looks very mesmerizing. It looks very beautiful. It actually looks graceful. I feel like because I got that vision of someone who is so bold, so strong in their endeavors, I just realized I didn't pull any astrology cards for you guys. I'm going to pull some. I feel like that is your path, is to be of that strength. To me, fire can be very strong, impulsive, in a good way. Okay, look, we got yang. So to me, fire and yang is like take energy. Tell us more, guys. Ooh, that's a lot. We got moon, Cancer, and fixed. Stability, persistence, loyalty, dependability. Okay. So I guess I was going to pull some affirmation cards for you guys, but let me do one. Let me do one. Affirmations for this group. I'm the master of my own faith and the captain of my own soul. Wow, that's very specific. I gotta say, leadership is pretty much a huge part of this reading. Leadership. So the last piece of advice is you have an inner fire, inner spark. It's not a spark. It's honestly it's a fire. It's big. That kind of draws you or pulls you towards the direction you want to go towards, right? You're very passionate about something that you're wanting to create in this world. It says here, I'm the master of my own faith and the captain of my own soul. So again, about the co-creation. We don't just passively let things happen in life. It's like the universe can't breathe life into our dreams unless we also do the work to breathe life into our dreams too. Which part of that is shifting into a mentality where you feel like I'm the master of my own faith. I'm the master of my own faith, not other people, not these limiting beliefs. I'm the master of my own faith, not the money in my bank account. That's not the master of my faith. I am the master of my faith. I call it in. The reason why money gets to come to me is because I called it in, me. It's coming from my essence. And the captain of my own soul. We also have here proactivity, expression, and doing. So now's the time to take action. So essentially you're being called to act and create, be inspired. I think you have a lot of inspiring ideas here with this passion. You have a lot of inspired ideas to act on. Do it. Now's the time to do it. We have here fix. This is about putting in the consistent work, being stable, persistence. This is you. Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus. Yes, so these are the fixed signs. These are the leadership signs. That's why they're great leaders, because they're fixed. They're just like, they have a vision and they stay true to their vision. So stay true to your vision. We have Moon and Cancer. Intuitive. Find that balance. So you're very nurturing, very giving. Find a healthy balance. Find a healthy balance. Understand that when you put your face mask on, other people get to thrive in your energy. Like your energy becomes enriched when you're giving to yourself. And you're making sure to nurture yourself and satisfy your own emotional needs. Okay, you can't necessarily satisfy other people. What you do is you're a mirror, like we're mirrors. And if people don't want to do the work, they don't do the work. But we have to do our own work and make sure we're taking care of ourselves. And then people get to benefit from our energy once we've done that work. Right? You've heard how a woman saves the tribes, communities. When she does her inner work, she heals generations forward and backwards, regardless if you're a man or a woman. When you do that inner work, to me, that's what the Moon in Cancer feels like, and that inner deep spiritual work. You heal so much around you, and you bring so much beautiful energy to those around you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end your reading here, group number 2. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a little bit longer, but I wanted to get all of the good, juicy details for you. This is what you're being called to create in your life. If you're interested in working with me personally, all my information is down below. Make sure you like, subscribe to support, and let me know if it resonated. Have a beautiful day or evening. Bye. Hi, group number 3. If you chose the green adventuring, then this is going to be your reading. So I'm going to start with pulling energies, and then I'm going to look into your crystal, and then we're going to pull cards. So we're looking into what are you being called to create in your life right now? And that could be literally anything, a multitude of things. So far, I've gotten very specific messages for each group. So I'm looking forward to what I get for group number 3. Guides, align me with the energies of group number 3, please. That movement felt very graceful. It felt very effortless. Felt very effortless. It felt very... Okay, so this is what you're being called to create. You're being called to make your life easier. So it's like take a load off. For this group, that's what you're being called to do. It's like take a load off and simplify. Because it's like the more you simplify, the easier. Like the easier it just gets to be. I think what you're really calling in and what you're asking for in your life is for things to feel a little bit more effortless. So it's not so hard, like you have to like an uphill battle. In fact, it felt like the energy that I was picking up, it's like it was moving down a hill. It's like, ooh, we're just like, what do they call it? It's easy soaring. It's like soaring or soaring down or taking a soar down, you know, just like a bird spreading its wings and letting itself float down to its destination. So that's what you're calling in your life. It's you're calling in ease. Like this gets to be easy. This gets to be effortless. Now, okay, let me see what else I can pull from these energies. Okay, so the next energy that I was picking up, it felt like very durable. It felt durable. It felt energetic. It felt consistent. I think you're calling in stability. So what you're being asked to create, yeah, I think that's what you're being called to create. It's like stability. Stability, reliability, maybe even, it almost felt like predictability too. The energy for this group feels very quiet. So what you're being asked to create doesn't take a lot of energy. It doesn't. I think you're calling in stillness. It feels very still. It feels very quiet. So to me, the predictability, like the energy, I was like seeing someone like repeatedly do something, but they were barely moving. And I was just like, what are they doing? It didn't look like they were like it didn't look like they were putting in a lot of effort. It looked like they were just doing something so silly, like I don't know, they're repeating some kind of movement with their body, and it just felt like nothing. So I think what you're calling in is maybe you feel like there's just been a lot going on, or a lot on your plate, or just an excess of thoughts, and you just want like quiet and stillness and flow, ease, and that's what you're calling in. Okay, so you got the green adventuring. Let me see what I can pull from this crystal. This crystal does usually have to do with prosperity. It does have to do with abundance, prosperity. I mean, the personality of this crystal, though, can be quite fun. Okay, so I'm seeing someone. Wow. Okay, so I think you are calling in simplicity in your life, because I'm just seeing a guy, look like he's just looking at his dog, and he's just talking to his dog. It's like, I think you want more moments like this. Maybe your life feels very overactive, and all you want is like peace, and you just want to talk to your dog. You want boring, or you want simple, or you want easy. Yeah, I'm being taken to one of the Studio Ghibli films. I don't know, it's not really a film specifically, but I'm being taken to a scene because a lot of the Studio Ghibli films I love about them is they're so nostalgic, and they bring you back to your childhood. It's like that time in childhood when things were just easy. Like before you had to worry about money, before you had to worry about the complexity of relationships, or how complex they can become anyways, or the complexity of having to like go find yourself or find a career. It's just simple times. I feel like what you're calling in, or what you're being called to create, is like simplify your life. Take a load off of your plate. Like I'm just seeing someone like in nature, like sitting at the back of their yard, looking at the view, talking to their dog. Or watching the sunset. It feels so nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull cards for you so I can get some more clues about what you're being called to create in your life right now. Okay, guides, align me with the energies of group number 3. What are they being called to create right now? Ace of Swords. That came in every group so far, the Ace of Swords. So it is a newness, new idea, new. It's going to be a new chapter for you in general. It's a new idea. Tell us more, guys, about what this group is being called to create. Oh! Okay. We have the Nine of Cups and the Three of Wands. Wow. Fulfillment. You have a vision for your life, or maybe they're calling you to focus on creating more of a vision for your life. What is this group being called to create, guides? Five of Cups. Tell us more. I got you. You really want simplicity. You know what was funny? After I was talking about I said complex relationships, and I feel like I got a vision of like someone who's like, why is this so complicated? Why are people so complicated? Like, I don't get it. Why does this have to be so complicated? Like, why can't we just treat each other nicely and respect each other? It's kind of what I'm getting from this group. So, yeah. So we got Seven of Pentacles. That's about building, creating, putting in the effort to build something, and then reaping the rewards. So we have the Ace of Swords. We have the Nine of Cups, Three of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and the Devil card. Okay, yeah, you definitely want simplicity. And especially around people and around feelings and emotions and people and negativity, negative energy, negative thinking, but specifically like relationships that have kind of disappointed you, brought you down, and made you feel bad about yourself. And it's almost like you're wanting to get back in a time, like I'm getting this, like you want to get back in a time machine and just like turn back time. It's like what I'm hearing. So it happens, and it happens for you to learn, and everything in us happens for us to learn. And I get this. I'm a very sensitive person, and sometimes I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is overwhelming for my sensitive self. But it's also helps me to realize that, well, I'm stronger than I think, first of all. So you're stronger than you think. And the fighting it internally is what creates the exhaustion, you know? The fighting it is what creates the overwhelming energy. It's when you're resisting it. It's like, instead of it calling it good or bad, like this is a bad situation that happened to me, it's just like, it happened. It was a situation, and it taught me about relationships. It was a situation that didn't feel good, but it taught me something I needed to know about myself. It taught me about understanding my self-worth, about understanding that I deserve to be fulfilled and happy and surrounded with all of the things that I want. You know, people, dream career. You know, I had to relearn this because I was taught something else in childhood, or I was taught something else growing up. So you're wanting to create a whole new vision for your life, and you want it to be filled with simplicity, fulfillment, like good people, good energy. That's what you're calling into your life. And yes, you can. Yes, you can. I'm going to give you the Obama speech. Yes, you can. Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can build it. It is a daily thing, though, with the Seven of Pentacles. This is something that's going to like take time to build, but you can create the vision, right? So tell me more about this Ace of Swords. I guess maybe this reading is going to give you some more clarity. Look at that. I knew it was about relationships. We have Two of Cups. Okay. Yeah, I think you learned a lot from relationships and what, I don't know, it's just like how people can be, yeah, sometimes people can be manipulating and it hurts. But the thing is, the people who do the manipulating are the most unconscious people. They're the most unhappy, dissatisfied, unconscious people. And they're just mirroring out, you know, they're putting that energy out into the universe. And the reason why you attracted it into your life was probably because you were a reciprocal of it. So that means that part of you felt like you didn't deserve more. You didn't deserve the dream connection or relationship or a healthy partnership or, you know, even good people. I actually remember this guy liking me. Let me just share this. And I remember he was just so sweet. And I just kept thinking like, oh my gosh, you're too sweet for me. And I was just like thrown back by that thought. Like, what does that mean? Am I looking for a mean person? But anyways, that was a period where I just did not date at all because I'm like, okay, I need to figure out what the heck that was about. And I need to figure out how to work through this energy because that's not what I want to be thinking. But it really lets you know, like when you hear those thoughts about, you know, when people come into your life and you're like, oh, should I, you know, there's a thing that's opinionated in our head, but it's not us. At our core, we're not opinionated. We're not judging all of this experiences. We're just experiencing it. So if we can tap back into that observer, for you, I think meditation is huge. If we can tap back into that observer energy, then we can align more with our true self and like the self that knows that we're deserving of all the love in the world. Okay, so advice for this group. Advice for you. Yeah, so I think maybe you're just starting to realize like I really deserve to be happy. And that's awesome. Okay, we have here Lady Venus, downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. Yeah. Look, if there's anyone going around telling you anything other than you're deserving of the most beautiful life, it's a lie, okay? That's all I'm going to say. That's the only thing you need to be aligned with. It's like, I deserve everything I want. So it says here, truth is being revealed. So it looks like you got some insight or some truth revealed to you. And now you're being called to act from this place, like being inspired to create like a whole new vision of the life you've always wanted for yourself and to embrace this. So Lady Venus, that also brings us back to relationships, Venus, and we have here deep insights. I think that the insights was a lot of what I just said about like relationships and then whatever you've gleaned from your personal experiences about relationships and what that's taught you about yourself. You know what? It's like never again, okay? Like that's what those lessons are there for. It's like never again will I ever tell myself that I was deserving of dirt on the floor. I'm deserving of the sky in the heavens. Okay. Tell us more, guys, about what this group is being called to create in their life. We got Saturn. Yep. So again, so I was getting like that stability, the dependability. I think dependable people is huge for you, right? Depending on people who you can depend on. Okay, clarify that Saturn. Look at that, house 4. Yeah, family. People, like the people who feel like family to you, who are close to you, who are going to comfort you or feel like home to you. You want peace, you want comfort, you want simplicity when it comes to relationships, and just like the life in general that you're wanting to create. You just want it to be peaceful. So yeah, to me, the people who are able to create this life for themselves are it's about discipline. You know, they know how to discipline their emotions, so they're not, I'm willing to bet, you might not want to admit this, that you were probably struggling with the, what do you call it? Disciplining your emotions. So that's why you probably manifested people who weren't disciplined with their emotions, because you weren't disciplined with yours. Or maybe you were just maybe you're always used to being the dependable one in the group. And so you're used to attracting to people who aren't dependable, because you're just like, well, I'm always the fixer, or I'm always the one who has to be the sturdy one in this energy. But internally, I'm willing to bet there's like a hurricane going on inside of there. It's just maybe you didn't show it. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we are mirrors more than we think. We have to admit that. If we attracted that person, it's like there's something in us that attracted that, when we have to admit that and be like, what is that? Right? And even I had to admit that nice guy, like, he was so sweet. Like, I had to admit that there's something in me that drew him to me too, right? We have to think about these things. Okay, tell us more, guys. We got here Mars. Ooh, so take action before defend self. Clarify the Mars for me. I think speak up maybe for yourself. We have here mutable. Surrender, fluidity, and welcoming change. How do I connect that with Mars? Mars is like direct. And they got here mutable. Welcoming change, fluidity. So change in your Mars energy. You know, I always think of Saturn and Mars as two sides of the same, two sides of the same coin. Because Mars is about action and Saturn is about steady. So maybe like finding this flow between action and pause is what we're being called to create more of here. I mean, you're definitely wanting to welcome change. I feel like surrender is huge, especially with this double card here. It's like surrender what was, and surrender what was out of our control. And now they're saying that you're being called to create a new vision for yourself, like what makes you happy, and that's what you're being called to focus on. To me, the move forward is standing out. I think it's like move on is what you're being called to do. You're being called to move on. You're being called to move on. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like you're being called to move on and welcome change. So no longer holding on to what was. Yeah. Okay, tell us more, guys. Da, 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 da. We got here unexpected income. Huh. It's so funny. I was just saying two sides of the same coin, and there's the coin. Unexpected income with the coin here. 27. So it looks like you're, so I feel like all around you're wanting to build in your life, like stability. And one of those ways is through income and your job and what you do. So you're being called to open up to an unexpected income coming towards you, or a pathway coming towards you. Can you tell me more about the unexpected income, please? Da, da, da. I mean, that is the, look at that, we got the sun card. That is the green adventuring, right? That is about prosperity. And we have here the Knight of Wands. That's the businessman. Okay, well, there's an opportunity coming towards you, or let me see. Can you tell me more about the unexpected income, or advice for the unexpected income, guides? Advice. We have here 8 of Wands. So it's a manifestation movement. Okay. So with that Mars energy, take action towards your desires and your goals. Take action. Go. Move. Move. Make it happen. I mean, don't try to make it happen. Move from inspiration. That's where you don't have to make it happen. That's the universe co-creating with you. yeah, so you're being called to take action, to me with that Eight of Wands, and then we have the Businessman, the Knight of Swords, and then we have the Sun card. It's something that makes you really happy. So whatever makes you feel happy and inspired, this is what you're being called to activate right now. Maybe even makes you feel like a child, and I was getting that like childlike perspective. Okay, tell us more, guys. Tell us more. Should we do this? To be fair, 38. I don't know, it just came out weird. I could take it. I don't know. We'll take it. It was meant to come out. So we have here, to be fair, 38. So you want balance. To me, this is about creating more balance in your life. Again, you want it to be flowy and not so hard or tough or difficult or like an uphill battle. And then we have here a leg up, 34. So it looks like a leg up is coming. I think it's with the expected income here. It's like working with someone is going to help you to get a leg up towards opening a new door when it comes to prosperity in your life. Yeah. This is also kind of like the Justice card, to be fair. So kind of like the Justice card. Could be like a contract of some sort. Could be a contract of some sort. It could be a something official. Good karma as well. So we got Saturn here. We have your storyteller. Ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. So perhaps you feel inspired to write a book. Tell your story. Talk about your story. Talk about an inspirational story. Ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. Yeah, I think that's you. I think that's you. I think you're the writer right here with the Ace of Swords. You have the ability to something about your stories or tapping into your story or writing a story that's going to, I think it's very much connected to this unexpected income, a leg up, and to be fair, it's like contract that's coming towards you. Maybe you're a storyteller. It could be any form of communication. It doesn't just have to be writing. It could be speaking. It could be symbolic communication. It could be art as well. Visuals. You tell stories. Any which way you tell stories. Music. Okay. Tell us more, guides, advice for this group. Okay. We have here Vampire. Makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. Shadow attribute is depleting others for your psychic survival, chronic complaining, and codependency. Yeah, so you're a very intuitive person. I think you've been drained by certain people's energies. So what you're being called to do is create boundaries for yourself. Create the boundaries for yourself that's necessary. Yeah, that's usually my boundaries card. So put up boundaries. You know, if you feel like someone's not giving you good energy, limit your time around them. With your Knight, loyalty, romance, chivalry, a love of honor. Shadow attributes, allegiance to a destructive ruler, or principal, romantic delusions. Well, we got a Knight over here. The Knight of Swords. We have a Knight of Cups. Yeah, there's a lot about connections coming in here. You have like two, like this is like a two reading. It's like a dualistic reading. You're being called to create relationships. Like I think just connections and enhancing those connections. And then you're also being called to focus on whatever this new idea that's going to bring you like new income, a new manifested idea here. That's going to become more reality for you. That's what you're also being called to create. Okay, so let me go ahead and pull some cards for the leg up. You want to tell me more about the leg up? Actually, to be fair, tell me more about the to be fair. What is this about? Eight of Pentacles. So this is about mastering something and putting in the work and effort to build and create something. Okay, clarify the Eight of Pentacles, please. You know what's funny? 3 and 8 add up to 11, which is about self-mastery. We have 4 of Pentacles and we have the Temperance card. Okay, so there's something that you are being called to master right now. Put in the effort. and the consistency to build and create. So you're building a foundation towards it, and you're needing, it's something that like you're in the works. You're alchemizing as we speak. It's something kind of new. So your advice is to just put in daily effort to build it and to create it so that you can get better at mastering it. Yeah, that's the main thing. And it has something to do with, I think, your storytelling, your ability to tell stories. You want to tell me anything else about the leg up? We have here Queen of Swords, Three of Cups, and the Lovers. Okay. Yeah, so there is going to be someone or a community of people who are going to help you to tap into this. So it's like equals here with this Lovers card and the Three of Cups. It's like people who are doing the same thing. It's like a community you're opening up to. The community of people who are doing the same thing. Queen of Swords, communication. So it has to do with like storytelling again. This is something that has to do with communication in some shape or form. Okay, any advice about this community, guys, or any advice for my group in regards to this community? Okay, we have here, oh, that did want to come out, came out again, Four of Swords. Okay, interesting. So your advice is not really to do anything other than what you're doing, like creating by yourself. I think definitely showcase it and maybe share it with, or find a platform. Otherwise, you know, people won't know where you're at. Can you clarify the Four of Swords, please? That's an interesting piece of advice. Again, about the simplicity and relaxation energy, we have the interesting Eight of Cups, Tower card with the Hangman. Huh. Clarify the Four of Swords, please. Yeah, this is interesting. I wanna get nosy. We have your it's the Eight of Cups. Why are we getting Eight of Cups? Clarify the Eight of Cups. So that's about walking away from something? We have here the High Priestess and the okay. It feels like another connection. How is this your leg up? This is your leg up. It's a community of people who you... Okay, well, I think maybe part of the advice that's coming through is the vampire energy. It's like needing to walk away from connections that no longer serve us. That's part of your advice, is like in order for you to manifest the people who are here to support you, you have to let go of the ones who aren't. Or Four of Swords is about like, it's like a non-battle energy. It's like a peaceful warrior. It's like you're being called to not engage, essentially. So you're being called to not engage. It's like, just choose and decide, because it's disempowering you to be around these people. It's kind of messing with your intuition. So that's a piece of advice that wants to come through. Anything else that wants to come through about the leg up? Or the leg up. We have here Seven of Swords again. Okay. Why? Is someone giving you a leg up, or are they telling you to leave a different connection? That's so interesting. Well, okay, tell me more about the Knight. Tell me more about the Knight. We have the Ten of Wands. Tell me more about the Knight. And we have here, the King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. Oh, okay. That feels like more of the unexpected income right there. Okay. So there may be like, yeah, someone to work with, or someone's coming through here. I mean, it's interesting with the love energy and the Knight coming through. Can you tell us more about the Knight? Why that is here, guys? We have the Empress. Okay. We have the King of Pentacles. Again, about the kings and the queens. Dropping like it's hot out here. What on earth? Okay. Anything else you want to tell us? I mean, okay, Lovers. All right. That's pretty obvious. So it looks like you have new connections coming towards you. it looks like these people are dependable. They're stable. They're abundant to be around. Their energy is abundant. Their influence is abundant, that you might be working with these people. I don't know. It might not be like romantic involved. It might just be about co-creating something together with this unexpected income. I think these people are going to help you feel like you're getting a leg up, even though what was coming through in this energy is maybe someone who you thought was helping you is not actually helping you, because we got 7 of Swords. So like maybe someone who you thought was helping you is not actually helping you. You thought this person is a good influence in my life, but you're sensing and you're picking up intuitively this person isn't a good influence in my life. So make sure you listen for that if you have people around you, or maybe pulling of your energy, or, you know, kind of using you because they're unconscious, not because you don't necessarily do it consciously. But what else is coming through is that if there is a romantic connection or platonic connection, these people are definitely the type of people you want around you. What you need to work on is, to me, because we got the Empress, it came out reverse, is like make sure you work on your self-love. You know, make sure you are taking care of yourself. First and foremost, that's important for you to pull in the right people and the right connections. You need to be taking care of yourself on all levels. Okay. What is this group being called to create in their life right now, guys? The Sun. Okay, so what you're most definitely being called to is like stepping into a place of confidence when it comes to, I think, your energy. It wants to radiate. It wants to feel bright. It wants to feel light. It wants to be free. Instead of feeling limited, instead of feeling like you are, I don't know, supposed to limit your expression of yourself, you're being called to be very unapologetic about the expression of yourself. To shine. To shine. Okay. What is this group being called to create in their life right now? Healing. Candle flame, burn this hour. Bring to me your healing power. Okay. Yeah, with the self-love, to me, that is also about healing with the Empress energy. So you're being called to heal. Heal and release that which no longer serves you. Pull your energy away from that which is not working for you right now, so that you can be in your own energy and you can do your healing, and you can sit with yourself and even sit with those like challenging emotions that come up at times. But if you teach yourself to just sit with it, it can all be a beautiful fluid process. Okay, so last piece of advice for this group, guys, or what do you want this group to know? Sorry. 4-leaf clover, great good fortune. What? That's craziness. Yeah, I mean, to me with the Empress and the King of Pentacles and the Lovers card, that does feel like a great good fortune. That feels like a very fortunate connection or new beginnings that are being created in your life. So what they want you to know is that you have luck on your side. You have luck on your side. Things are going to work out. Rest assured, things are going to fall in place where they need to. Okay, so anything else you want to tell us about the 4-leaf clover? Ten of Pentacles. Darn, that's craziness. Yes, so the outcome is going to be success for you. You are success. You are a magnet for it. So don't worry. I feel like I'm just like, I'm killing it with the advice, aren't I? Just don't worry. Be happy. Let's see. Advice for this group, guys. Affirmation for them. Oops. Okay. We have here. Oh, there's another one behind it. I'm an amazing friend for my partner. So to me, that's definitely the Lover's energy. This is about drawing to you connections that are, it's like this person gets to feel like your best friend, right? Or the people who you surround yourself feel like your best friends. You're surrounded by best friends. It's like Yes, that gets to be your daily life. It's like I'm supported around people who feel like my best friend. But yeah, I'm an amazing friend for my partner. That's also about being a support unit, right? Maybe that's your dream too. It's like you want to support someone, or you want to be a best friend to someone, or you want to be a caring to someone. You want to give your love to someone. Who doesn't, right? Because we're like loving beings. It's like you just want to give your love to someone. You want to support people. You want to be there for people, and you want the same in exchange. We have here, I'm courageous. I'm willing to act and face my fears. Yeah. And I think a lot of your fears are around people, your relationships or relationship dynamics, or that fear of, not being supported, or fear of attracting the wrong person, or people who aren't sincere or good. It feels too simplified when I just say, yeah, good people, bad people, that's just the way the world exists. But you are looking for that. You're looking for those good connections, and they exist. They exist, and they're coming towards you. I think this is what you're manifesting. We have here, as I allow more abundance into my life, more doors open for me. There you go, abundance. So part of the advice in that card is allowing abundance. Can you allow abundance into your life? That's the question. Part of you might be abundance in all forms, relationships, and like healthy relationships, connections, when it comes to finances or opportunities or just being happy. Part of that is allowing it. Pretty much all of it is allowing it. We often forget that we are blessed. We're taken care of. We don't have to worry as much. We put the worries out there. That's our frequency that we're aligning with. And then that's what comes into our life, is like something that makes us worry. But if we can call towards us, opening the door, just saying, yes, it gets to come in. Yes, I get to be blessed, with this King of Pentacles and this Queen of Cups. Then, sorry, Queen of Cups, Empress energy. I can call these connections towards me, then it will be beautiful. Yeah, so I think a lot of the advice came before. Create that stability within yourself, create that love within yourself, shine, radiate, and guess what? You're going to be the ultimate magnet for people like that and opportunities to show up in your life. The more you believe in yourself, the more you believe in, like, I can create magic, I can create abundance and flow of abundance into my life, the more it just becomes reality, because it has to be. It just has to become a match to what you're putting out with your frequency. And the last thing I want to share is that at your core, you are an abundant being. So anything that is blocking that is a false identity. It's a false identity. So the way that we shed our false identities is through sitting with ourselves and through meditation and holding the space for those emotions that need to be filtered out, and those false identities that need to shed away. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end your reading here, group number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if it resonated. If you would like to work with me personally, all my information is down below. Have a beautiful day or evening. Bye. Hey, group number 4. If you chose the pink agate, then this is going to be your reading. So I'm going to start off with pulling energies, and then I'm going to read your crystal, and then we're going to pull cards. So we're looking into what are you being asked to create in your life right now. Right, guys, down me into the energies of group number 4, please. Okay. All right, well, the energy is very high, it's very active for this group. So you're being called to be very much, very creative. Whatever, I feel like there's something specific, like a vision you have for what you're wanting to create or make. Because I was getting this, like, the sides of it, or the energy surrounding it, it feels like, it feels significant. Like, it felt like I was looking up at something. So there's some kind of stage, or like there's essentially a stage where your product or your thing, whatever you're creating, if you're performing or you're doing something in front of people or you're on social media, your content, there's something about it where it's meant to be seen by a lot of people and enjoyed. So there's a lot of enjoyment, entertainment, very fun, creative, bright energy associated with this, what you're being called to create. So you were definitely being called to create. Let's just say that, like, be an artist and create. Let's see what else wants to come through. Okay, I'm seeing an ice skater. So To me, that's about, ice skater is like symbolic of grace. It's symbolic of grace, talent, skill, agility. So to me, this is something that you have, like the skill, the agility. You're trying to find a way to master it. You're putting in the work and the effort to do and create it, like to essentially create it. And yeah, there's like a level of mastery, concentration, focus that calls for this. It's like because you're taking the time to put a focus, intention, and attention on this skill, it's going to build into something like significant for you, like a experience where it's being seen, or you're gonna feel like you're ready to put it out or share it with other people. Yeah. So because I'm also seeing the ice skater, I feel like you're training, like you're in training, like the Olympics kind of, like you're training for the event. So you're essentially, there's something bigger coming in alignment with what you're currently working on right now. Okay. So you guys got the pink agate, which is actually a very high vibrational crystal. It matches your vision perfectly. Tell me what you want me to know. Okay. Ooh, interesting. I was brought to the starfish Pokemon, actually. And I remember thinking that was such a cool Pokemon because it looked so pretty. So again, I keep getting this element of beauty around your thing, and grace and elegance. So whatever you know how to do, there's something about the finished product. It's going to look very beautiful. There's something about how the finished product is spectacular. It's like it's aesthetically very beautiful or well put together, or there's something about when people receive it, they're going to be in awe of it, or they're going to be really entertained or enjoy it. I felt like I was watching someone dance. It felt like a dancing flower, so to me, I felt very entertained by it. I felt very engaged. So, I don't know, there's something that you can do that really pulls people in, or it's going to be a success, or it's very magnetic. It's a very magnetic, it has a magnetic pull towards it because it's being born of your essence and you're co-creating it with the universe for sure. This is something that you have the ability to get lost in doing, and you're just like, wow. I'm just, you get into like a really intense flow state and you get lost in it, and it just feels like creating it feels like bliss for you, essentially. So let's see what else wants to come through. So for example, let's say you've been trying to find like the right agency, or you've been trying to find the right place for your product, or you've been trying to find the right something, situation, circumstance. What's coming through in this reading is that you're being called to build it, but just by working on it, but it's also going to align for you. Like things are going to align for you. Like you're moving on in the right direction, essentially. Whatever you're doing right now is moving in the right direction. And so you're just being called to keep focusing on moving in that direction. And everything's going to kind of fall into place here. Or I don't even want to say everything because I think that can be misleading for people because they're like, oh, I'm just going to get everything. The next few steps are going to fall into place for you. I also feel like this is very intuitive because it feels very foggy in this crystal here. It feels very foggy, but it also feels like there's a clear arrow pointing. So you're going to find a very clear direction to go intuitively. You're going to sense for it to know what to do, what's next, what feels right. You're just going to know. Okay. Yeah, so it's usually quite a high vibe crystal, very creative crystal as well. Yeah, I'm actually seeing a crowd here. So there's something about an audience enjoying what you have to offer. Okay, so guys, align me with what is this group being called to create in their life right now? Four Wands, Queen of Wands. Now, why is that here? We'll find out. But look at that. So you do have like an audience for whatever you're doing. It could be something you're actively creating right now, or it could be this is like kind of in the future. So if you don't have whatever you're creating or you're very creative with here, if you haven't found a platform to put it on, now is a really good time to start finding a platform to put it on. Because it's like you got it. So the Queen of Wands to me is like someone who follows their desire. They're confident. The sunflower itself is a symbol of adoration. So it's like people will adore you when you do this, when you share it, when you create it. You just have to have the courage to share it with people. And people are going to be very responsive to it. It's going to feel kind of like a sisterhood. They're going to be very supportive of you doing this thing here. So that's what you're being called to do, is like kind of like put your stuff in front of an audience. If you're already doing this, continue to do that. But I would say level it up a little bit. Be more bold. Be more, it's not like be more of something that you're not, but be more authentic, I would say. To me, authenticity is the secret to success. So be more yourself, be more authentic, show people more of, you know, what you're here to do. Don't hold back. We have the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Let's go ahead and clarify this Seven of Swords. Clarify that Seven of Swords, please. Magician. Interesting. Okay. Oh, okay, so sometimes Seven of Swords can be about strategy. So it's like, because he's kind of like a trickster, right? He thinks he's kind of strategic, right? So if you think about a thief, they have to be very strategic when they get things. So there's something about strategy and also manifesting the right strategy. This is also Mercury, so they're telling you to kind of strategize a little bit. So let's help you formulate your strategy. A lot of your strategy has to do with your personality. With this Queen of Wands, that's about your personality. So that's about you kind of connecting with people and showing them your passion and being passionate about what you do. That's part of your strategy. But part of your strategy, I think, is talent. So if you're like multi-talented, multi-skilled, just bring it, like, use all of your skills, like use them all. Like, what do you have in your, what do they call it? What do you have in your suitcase? That's not the word, but what do you have in your armory, your armor? Yeah, like what do you have? What tools do you have? All of your skills, your gifts are your tools to use. So for example, let's say you went to school for a communication degree, but actually you wanted to just do visual art. Well, so then your skills would be visual art, visuals, and communication. Even if you only pursued the art degree and you gave up on the communication, you still have communication in your arsenary. That's what it is. What's in your arsenary? If you have the ability to if you're really, really good with kids, maybe you can tap into that energy of like being good with kids. If you're, what else is a skill that you can use? I don't know, any kind of like skill or talent that you can use that you feel like this is useless. Whatever this is, it requires you to be very creative, right? It requires you to dazzle people. So use all of your tools. Okay, tell us more about the Magician. Yeah, because Magician also is about intelligent intellect, but I'm getting like talent, skilled, multi-skilled. Mercury can be a very skilled planet, and with the Seven of Swords, that's air energy. It's about being very skilled, strategic. Okay, we have here the Strength card. Yeah, so your strategy is personality. Personality, vulnerability, authenticity, and using all of your skills and your talents and showcasing that to the world. Yep. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what you're being called to create. Group number 4. Look how we got 4 of Wands. That was one of your first pulls. That's the match pull right there. Tell us more, guys. What is this group being called to create? Whoop. Okay, we get cards kind of flipping, and then so that was Cardinal. That's about pioneering your own path. Very much Queen of Wands energy. So Queen of Wands is all the fire signs. That's Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And then we have Leo. So we're going to double down on the Leo. This is about standing out, proud, allowing yourself to shine, being very unapologetic about getting attention. This is what you're being called to do. Tell us more, guys. Water, that's about intuition. There's a lot of cards that want to come out for you. So I feel like you guys are multi-talented. And like we got Gemini, that's the multi-talented sign. Geminis are multi-talented. They can literally transform themselves into anything because they're mutable signs. But unlike, I mean, they're mutable signs, but they're they know how to transform like a little bit quicker versus like the other mutable signs. They're a little bit quick at transforming and being transformative. So I feel like whatever you're doing right now, it requires you to be very creative and transformative. So, and fluid with this water here, which is Pisces, which is also a mutable sign, Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. So to me, this is about like, if you have a new idea every day, you should be communicating or showcasing a new idea every day. That's what you're being called to do. It's like, don't keep it the same every day. If you get bored of doing the same thing every day, or you want to change it up slightly every time, change it up. And this is what I feel called to do. I will always follow that, the change of the wind. Like whenever I'm doing a creative idea, but I'm needing it to refresh, I refresh it. So you're about that. It's so important for you to refresh the energy to stay inspired. And just very creative people do that in general. They just refresh their energies intuitively. Okay, anything else, guys? We have here Aquarius. So another air energy. So yeah, there might be something about communication that's very important to you. Let's dive further into this communication. Aquarius, Gemini. Those are like opposite poles of communication. Because Aquarius is about communicating to an audience. Okay, there's something about audience networking, connecting. We have Gemini and Aquarius, which is about all the air signs are about connections. So connections are very important. That's part of your strategy too. Not being shy. Not being shy to promote yourself as well is what I'm hearing. Promote yourself. Talk about what you do. Okay. Talk about it loud and proud. I'm very proud of what I do. I'm very proud of what I'm able to create. Can you tell us more about this Aquarius Gemini energy? Tell us more about this here. Why are these energies here? Yeah. So we have here the Hangman. Tell me more about why is it Aquarius and Gemini here, please? Woo! What the heck? Whoa. Okay, we have the Devil card. We have the Hangman. What? The Wheel of Fortune. That's 3 major arcana. It's very interesting. And we have here the King of Swords. So there's something about communication that's important to you, or how you communicate. Being an effective communicator is very important for you to be successful at what you do. So the King of Swords, again, that's about being strategic. You're being called to be strategic in the way that you communicate. So to me, this is kind of about shamelessly promoting. So essentially, words hold a lot of power, and words hold energy, so they become things. So when you say something over and over and over, it has a certain intention. So the way that you promote your product, that's going to be important. It has to be aligned with your authenticity, so it has to be something that you would say naturally, something that you're very invested in doing. You would have to communicate it in a way that just feels natural to you. Like, okay, this is how I would talk about this product. I would be like, da 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 da. You know, that's kind of what helped me to get out of my comfort zone when I got on YouTube. Because I'm like, I don't know how to be like a perfect saleswoman or whatever, or talk about these things, but I know how to talk about things that I'm passionate about and things that I really care about. So let me just focus on talking about things that I care about, first of all. And then second of all, let me just create some like lines. So what they call it is like a commercial, like a 20-second commercial where you talk about promoting your other services. Like I always promote my other YouTube channel because I love that content. I love what I create. I promote all of my content on YouTube. I always say what this channel is dedicated to. I always have a way that I start and finish my reading. So for you, that's what you're being called to do. Is like, think about the way that you're communicating about your product. And I would say blow yourself up a little bit more and talk about why you're so passionate about, why it's so important to you, why people are going to love it. People fall in love with what you're selling when they fall in love with how you're saying it, or the way that you love it, essentially. So it was so interesting because the other day I was hearing someone say, it's more important what you say than how you say. I would say both are important, because I'm like, the what you say is important. It's like, what are you promoting? Why should we care about your product? Why should we care about, what you're doing? Tell me why you love it so much. Bring me into your world. But how you say it, right? The tone of your voice influences how much people care about what you do. I'm a naturally very passionate person, so I communicate very passionately, but I can also be leveled out too. and just like very chill. So they want you to really think about how you communicate what you're talking about. So, okay, let's talk about these other cards. We have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune, we have the Devil card, and we have Hangman. That's interesting. That's a lot of energies in one place. So the Wheel of Fortune is like a change of fortune, or a change of like some kind of energy is changing around you. There's a lot of active energy around you. I think you're getting an opportunity to be seen more, is what I'm getting. It's like there's a change in the wind. We got the King of Swords. There's a change in the wind. With the Devil card here, I don't feel like this is negativity for you, because there's so much about strategy and enjoyment coming through your reading. I feel like this energy is communicating, well, you know, part of it is like limiting beliefs. That this is kind of taking me back to how you promote yourself. You know, make sure you are tooting your own horn. Toot, toot, toot your horn. Okay? Toot your horn. Toot your horn. Talk about how much you love something. This is part of your strategy. It's a business strategy. It's just business. Well, it's not just business. It's more than that. The reason why it's so beautiful is because of the vibration attached to this business, right? But this is also the Capricorn energy as well. I think there's like an opportunity coming towards you that is significant. That's about being really seen, like ambition, opening up the doors to ambition. With the Hangman here, I honestly don't know. This is about surrender. That's why. Or letting things go, or going with the flow, or seeing things differently, or painting a different story. Let me see what I'm getting. Tell me more about what you're trying to tell me here. Hangman, what are you trying to tell me? It's interesting because we have two Jupiterian energies with the Jupiter here, and we have here Pisces with the Hangman. So this feels a little bit somewhat significant to what wants to come through. This is so interesting. I haven't really pulled that many oracle cards for you, but already. Because we have here, we had Pisces with the spirituality. Okay, so maybe there's something about weaving in your spiritual connection to the world, or the way that you understand spirituality, or like bringing that to what you do. That's important. Maybe you talk about spirituality. Maybe you are like on YouTube and you talk about spirituality. Perhaps that's what you do. But there's something about enlightenment, spirituality, or weaving that into the experience here. Because whatever you do, it's connected to shifting the philosophy or the mentality, or shifting the experience that other people are having, so that they see the world a little bit differently. Because Aquarius can be very like visionary energy. Can you tell me more about the Hangman, please? You guys are getting a lot. Look at that. Another major arcana, Temperance card. Yeah, so you're like alchemizing, you're finding that right balance. That's Sagittarius and that's Pisces. That's interesting. Jupiterian energies. Yeah, there might be a lot about weaving in your spiritual essence. That's what's going to make this powerful, or it's what's going to make the engine go. What makes the engine go? Let's go ahead and clarify the Wheel of Fortune. We have here, look at that, Knight of Pentacles. So that's to me about an opportunity to like make something real, tangible. It's something that it's going to require building over time, but it's going to be something that's going to last the more you put work into it. Let's clarify that Devil card, please. Six of Wands. Okay. Clarify the Devil card, please. Tower card. Huh. Okay, so that's about a change happening, and we have Six of Wands. Huh. Wheel of Fortune and the Tower card. Okay, there's some kind of like significant energy around this group in terms of like change and movement. This reading is probably going to be a bit longer than the other ones because we're just getting started. I feel like we're just getting started. What is this group being called to create, guides? We're going to get some more clues. So again, about the popularity and attention, there's something very significant about an audience and a stage here. or changing a stage or getting a new audience. Ooh, we got healing. So this is important. Candle flame burn this hour. Bring to me your healing power. 29. The healing power of the candle flame. So you're being called to do some healing in order to allow this change and this shift to come into your life. It's a change. It's a very significant change. It's transformation. And transformation requires healing. It always requires healing because healing essentially is you releasing and letting go of limiting beliefs. It's you shedding away identities that no longer serve you. So you can step into like a new, like refreshed, more authentic version of yourself. Essentially what healing is. Okay, tell us more about what this group is creating. Okay. Love. This reading's all over the place. I mean, I think you're going to do something that you really love to do, but yeah. Yep. I feel like it's you. It's like you're radiating this energy. I was seeing like a beautiful, like, it was kind of like a dancing flower. It kind of looked like that. It was very pink in my vision. So love, healing, this is your energy. Very powerful for this group. You have a very like powerful energy around you that's being activated. And the reason why it's being activated on such a large scale to me with that Jupiter, the Wheel of Fortune, is because you've done a lot of healing work within yourself and you have a lot of love within yourself to offer the world. So it's like you're just kind of in that perfect magnetic place for your energy to be used. The universe wants to co-create with you and use you as a vessel, essentially. What is this group being called to create? Whoa, time to go. Okay, so this is a huge thing. This group, you guys are being leveled up in a huge way. Like a huge way. It's I can't even deny it. You're being called to leave something behind. So get ready for this. And I would say the best way to we also have between worlds. Like this is where you are at right now. You're between worlds. You're literally about to portal jump. You're about to portal jump, wormhole, black hole, jump into a different reality. Essentially, your life, like everything's about to be brightened, and the saturation is about to turn up times 10 in your life. But in order for you to do that, the main thing you're being called to do, again, I was talking about shedding identities, and look, we have your time to go. You need to let go what isn't serving you. Whatever is causing this shadow here, that's not like you're being called towards like bright, exuberant, vibrancy, life-giving energy experiences. So now's the time to leave anything that isn't of interest to you. So what I would list down, I would sit down and I would journal, and I would make a list of anything that I'm not interested in doing anymore. I would just make a list of it. I would just make a list, and then I'd make a list of all the things that I want to do right now, like in my life, and what I want to create for myself. Okay, I think you have been working on yourself a lot. Like this to me feels like a lot of inner work. A lot of inner work has been done, and just keep doing it. What else would you like to let us know about this group, guides? So the rest of this reading will just be additional confirmation. Words of abundance. You have the ability to instantly manifest abundance by choosing powerfully positive words. Always describe your own and the world's economic situation in loving and optimistic terms. And that is what you attract for yourself and others. Okay. Now, those cards are beautiful, right? Use optimistic words. Always use loving words towards the world. But it's hard for us to tap into that energy sometimes. Thing is, it's already lives within you. At our core, we are love. So when you're being sarcastic or you're saying, well, that's not going to happen, you're lying to yourself. And that's why I'm like, on this channel, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that you have limits when you don't. I'm like, that's a lie. So I want you to slow it down, like pause. Anytime those thoughts come up where it's like, oh, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. How are you going to do that? It's a lie. It's a liar. It's a liar in your head. So part of this strategy with the King of Swords, Seven of Swords, and the Magician, who represents Mercury, is changing your word choices. Use euphemistic language. And some other people can't handle that because they're like, oh, I can't handle a world that's so happy all the time. I'm like, why not? Why not? Teach yourself something different. Teach yourself abundance. Teach yourself positivity. Teach yourself love by changing your word choices. You have the ability to instant and manifest. So I need you to, this group, I need you guys to take a minute, after this is done, and to write down all the things that you're wanting to manifest in your life and repeat it to yourself as if it's already happening in the present moment. I'm so blessed to have this falling. I'm so blessed to have all of this prosperity in my life. I'm so blessed to, I don't know, be living my dream home. I'm so blessed to be surrounded by people who are so caring. We have Mama Kocha water. And we have Aphrodite, romantic love. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Powerful. So what you guys are calling to create is love. There may be an opportunity for romantic love specifically coming into your life. Romantic connections, romantic loving connections to come into your life. With this water energy, this is about just being attuned, being so attuned. There's also a maturity here, right? What did we get? We got a king, we got a queen here. We didn't get, well, we got a knight. He's mature as well. We're stepping into a place of maturity where we get to own our desires and we get to allow things to flow into our life so beautifully. So I like how we have a lot of threes. We have a 3 here, 33, and we have here the Gemini energy. So there are connections coming towards you. I think community, or just like more people in general. People you're going to enjoy talking to. People who are, I think, similar to you in the sense that, you know, they like to, I want to say they want to celebrate you, but they also want to, they're also multi-talented people as well. And people who are more aligned with their confidence. That wouldn't surprise me if, you know, you're tapping into your confidence, you align with people who are also tapped into theirs. Okay. Yeah, so high potential for romantic love to come into your life. I mean, with all this water, we got water twice. To me, that's like it's like a very magnetic, nurturing energy. And that's usually the energy that people feel drawn to. But beyond the Queen of Wands energy, like that's a very attractive. But to me, water is like inwardly, they're attracted to who you are at your core. Okay. Whoa. That one come out. So this is why I think the Seven of Swords and the Devil card came up. We have here, highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. So this is about, it says the shadow attribute is conceals the deep fears behind verbal and physical abuse. So again, what was I saying about the word choice, about what we say to ourselves and sarcasm? Now's the time to switch up the word choice. Now, if you want to allow this window that's opening up for you, if you want it to open up so that you can move into a different world where you get to enjoy infinite love, abundance, and healing, then you have to change the way that you talk to yourself and bully yourself. I need a little bit of a firm inner father voice to kind of snap me out of things, because I don't know what it is. Do you know how sometimes like the mom, typically the mother, is the one who comes to comfort you, and then you start crying even more because you're like, oh, you know, because it's making you feel like, oh no, mom's here to comfort me, and now I feel so sorry for myself. But to me, the inner father voice, I don't know if this is healthy, I don't know. But to me, it's like stern but loving. It's like when it says, stop crying, you're deserving of happiness. You don't have to cry, you're so blessed. That's the voice I listen to to snap myself out of feeling sorry for myself. That's the voice that snaps me out. When it's like, you don't have to cry, you're so blessed. Or you don't have to feel sorry for yourself, you're so blessed. Let's take a minute to acknowledge this. So we have here God. Lay attributes, benevolence and compassion, recognizing the internal force within yourself and others. Okay. Again, we were talking about how The universe is you like working through you. That's a huge confirmation right there. God. God is working with you here. God is working through you because God is in all of us. Benevolence and compassion. So you are recognizing that inner eternal divinity within yourself. Because you're recognizing it within yourself, you're going to recognize it within other people too. So yeah, there's a lot about connections and then just attracting the right connections, the right community of people who are, you know, healed, working on their healing. We're always working on our healing, even if we're in a very healed place. And people who are just like very benevolent, very compassionate, very kind, because you're activating this within yourself. Okay, so let's see what else they want to reveal to us. Wow, 36 distant horizons. Yeah, you're going somewhere. You're going somewhere. I mean, it's like it starts within yourself first, but then externally it's manifesting for you. You're going somewhere different. So the fact that it's distant horizons. So what you're being called to create in your life right now is definitely, again, I keep going back to this group about like visualizing and writing down your dreams and your desires because it's being activated right now. And you're being called to open up to this idea of like going somewhere different or doing something significantly that's like night and day for you, right? Instead of, you're not really being called to, of course you're being called to put in the daily work, but they're wanting you to really imagine what you want to manifest. What's the dream? Don't just stop at, oh, it'd be nice to make a little bit more money. I'm like, why don't you just put the dream number on your paper right now? We have here, haystack. Karma, you will reap what you have sown. Ooh. So karma is coming towards you. With the Wheel of Fortune, I would have to say that's pretty obvious that it's really good, positive karma. So what you put onto the universe comes back to you. Let's just acknowledge that for a minute. I know that scares people sometimes, but it's true. It is true. So that's why I'm like, you need to get, you know, make sure you're in a place right now where you're working on yourself. Don't delay it. Don't delay working on yourself, loving yourself, or putting out good energy into the universe. Create it right now. Do we have any, maybe just like one more advice card, and then I think I'll end it. Advice card for this group. White ego, ancestor spirit, connect to your lineage. A family wound or pattern can be healed now. Okay, so that's what you're calling to create in your life right now too. So the little bit of healing that we're doing is the family pattern. So think about whatever family patterns you have that have limited you. Now's the time to say goodbye and disidentify from it, because I think for so long, maybe you've been attached to like, well, this is the way my family's done it. Maybe this is a part of who I am too. I'm like, you are who you are. You're not, we're born into our families. Karmically, we choose them. But ultimately, what you're doing, who you are, is you're a free soul. I'm like, I was a man in my previous lifetime, and a white man specifically, which I think is hilarious. So I'm like, this is my family is my family, but they're not, that's not who I was in my previous lifetime. In my previous lifetime, I had a whole different family. I don't remember who they are. I don't remember who they were. And probably reincarnated with some of them. But essentially what you're being called to understand is you're a child of the divine. So how can we connect to our lineage? A family wound or pattern can be healed now. I want to get some more advice on this one, because I feel like I just want to get more advice on this one for you guys. To me, this is about releasing the identification with who we thought we were because of our family, and releasing that attachment. I'm sorry, I passed it. I passed it again. Okay. White Ego is a Native American shaman who is dedicated to honoring our spiritual heritage. He's a world-renowned spiritual guide who has been particularly cherished by mediums all over the world. He first spoke through a medium called Grace Cook. in the early 20th century. He's the guide who helps create clear channels in our bloodline and our spiritual lineage so that we can access the heart of the Creator. He also helps us move into sacred ceremony where we can hold sacred space to honor a change, transition, celebration, or anything else that deserves time. Ooh, I like that sentence. He's wonderful for clearing space, and we can call on for him in forging spiritual connections. Take some time to honor just how far you have come, recognizing through ceremony and ritual the shifts in your awareness. Healing and journey really allows you to move into a state of grace and gratitude. You have or recently had an opportunity to heal an old family wound or pattern. It's important to connect with your family and spirit so that you can set a new energy of love and peace. White Eagle is bringing your ancestors through to you and allowing you to know that they are happy and well. He is sounding his sacred drums to clear your spirit. So that was like a celebration and like a graduation. That's why I wanted to read it, because I was like, oh, okay, maybe you're needing to heal something, but it looks like you're doing a lot of the heavy lifting to heal it already. So I would just say stay on track with that, stay on path. The arrow to me in the crystal felt very symbolic for like you're already on path, and you're about to experience some really beautiful karma that wants to show up in your life through connections and through doors opening for you. And just be sure to continuously say no to things that no longer serve you. All right, group number 4, that's going to be the end of your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if it resonated. If you'd like to work with me personally, all my information is down below. And like, subscribe to support the channel. Have a beautiful day or evening. Bye.